Night of Champions 2025 review. I'm Will. That's Brandon. We are the Cousins of Destruction Wrestling podcast. As always, let's cheers. Talk about some wrestling.
Yeah, the show just got over here just a few minutes ago. Overall, I would say, fun weekend.
Very fun weekend of wrestling. Thank you guys for stopping by at the live stream. We had a lot of fun there. Thank you for the donations. Make sure to support the stream and everything by liking, subscribing, and sharing this type of content. Let's get into it, though. We started off hot. King of the Ring. Final. Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, who's going to go to SummerSlam to fight the winner of the match later on between CM Punk and John Cena. So we had ourselves a damn good storytelling wrestling match is what we did between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. And the story started with Randy Orton giving Cody Rhodes a superplex. And when he landed, ow, my back hurts. Now, Cody Rhodes of the past probably would have, laid off the back of one of his good friends. But throughout this match, Cody Rhodes showed no mercy, as he said he was going to in the build-up to this thing. He said that I would not hold myself back. I'll do whatever I need to do to earn that title shot back. And so he attacked Randy Orton's back. He was really targeting it the whole match. There was even a point where Randy was like laying on the ground and Cody was literally bending Randy's back onto the ring post. I mean, he was really doing some good stuff there. And flip-flop that, Randy also said that while they're friends early in the build-up, that he would do whatever he took. But there came a time when Cody Rhodes was perfectly set up for a good old punt kick, and Randy had second thoughts. He basically, you could see it in his eyes. He was basically like, that's my buddy. I can't punt his face off. And Cody Rhodes took advantage of that moment. He ended up cross-roading him there. So basically, that was a dynamic throughout the match, as they both said they would do whatever they could to win this match, but Cody was the only one who was actually doing it. Later on in the match, though, Randy Orton would bring a chair into the ring because he had basically had enough. And he only used the chair to distract the ref. So the ref would take the chair away from him. And while the ref was dealing with the chair, he went over and exposed the turnbuckle. But that led to Cody Rhodes getting the advantage, shoving Randy Orton into the exposed turnbuckle, leading to a crossroads. 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes wins the King of the Ring. He goes on to SummerSlam, goes on to face John Cena, which we'll get to, for the championship. Was this the right decision here? Did we like the match?
Yeah, I thought this match was fantastic. I don't want to kind of lose sight of it because it was really, really good to kind of start the night out and really kind of set the tone. Great storytelling match, really good stuff. You had dynamics of Cody really leaning into that, I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm not going to miss my opportunity again. More of the heel Cody Rhodes, as people like to talk about, like to see, want to see. I really enjoyed this match. I thought it was awesome. I thought the right guy won, and we're just making a beeline for SummerSlam here. Interested to see kind of what happens with Randy now. Maybe you can have the back injury. Maybe he ends up missing a little bit of time because of the back. Maybe that's what they do. I don't really know. But Cody gets the win here, as Cody should. Even Cody got some boos throughout the match, which was interesting to see. Now, Randy obviously is super over there, but Cody's really kind of leaning into that. That combined with the promo, not being able to talk, going to do whatever it takes. We're seeing a new side of Cody Rhodes here. You can see it throughout this match. I can't wait for what's to come with that.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the best work that I think Cody's put on in a while because I am very interested in the character dynamic that happened throughout the match. I mean, he said beforehand that he was going to do whatever it takes to win this match, and he did it. I mean, he went after Randy Orton's back with basically no hesitation. After the match, he basically gave Randy Orton the thanks, but guess what? John Cena, CM Punk, it doesn't matter. You're just holding the title for me, so he's really hungry, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to get that belt, and that's the most interested I've been in Cody in a while because he's not just a technical baby face, right? He's at the point where he'll do tweenerish stuff in order to get that title back. That's very interesting. Makes me feel like he was 100% the right decision. I'm ready for it. It's going to be good.
Yeah. And like you said, it was a great match to start out. The storytelling in this one was really good. Really kind of went down the line, give everybody a little taste, a little tease, a little appetizer of what these guys could really do. So maybe down the road we get that again.
Rhea Ripley, Raquel, they had a street fight up next, and man, oh man, this one slapped. This one lived up to the hype. They gave it a good old promo video that kind of showcased the real life relationship between Rhea Ripley and Raquel, because I don't think a lot of wrestling fans know that, how close they are in real life, which added some more stakes to this whole thing overall. But right away, the tone of the match for Raquel was completely different than everything we've seen for the past few months, or basically since her return at Bad Blood last year. like Rhea was trying to clothesline her and Raquel was no-selling everything. And she was just doing big time moves to Rhea, dropping her fallaway slams over and over again. There was a point where she had her tied up in the rope and was beating her with the kendo stick, going nuts over there on her. So this was a really, really good showcase of Raquel's strength. They even went out to the outside of the ring and Rhea had put like the top of the announce table, like the announce table cover into the timekeeper's area. And Raquel ended up power bombing her over that through it. So it was really, really good. I mean, just fantastic stuff here. But Rhea going Rhea, right? And she was phenomenal. I'm not hating on her. But we got to the point where she put Rhea in the prison lock. Or put Raquel in the prison lock.
Put herself in the prison lock.
That'd be pretty cool.
Hey, you sound like LA Knight and Carmelo Hayes. How's LA Knight going to face himself?
And while Rhea's got Raquel in the prison lock, then all of a sudden, Roxanne pops up, breaks the prison lock. But Rhea basically goes, I don't like you very much. You put the trash can on Roxanne's head and then kicks the trash can. And Roxanne is just kind of out of it from here on out. But the match would come to this thing where they put a table on top of the top turnbuckle as if it was like a big old platform. And Rhea got Raquel up there and ended up super riptiding Raquel off the top rope to the middle of the ring, off the table. 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley gets the win over Raquel Rodriguez here, but Raquel looks spectacular throughout the match. Roxanne did try to help, but it wasn't enough, so Rhea stays the winner here. But I loved all the work it did for all the characters involved. I'm popping all of it.
Yeah, I'm going to pop this as well. This was Raquel's best showing since she's come back by a mile, and shout out to Rhea Ripley for really helping her really look that good. I mean, honestly, the few weeks interaction with those two has really kind of elevated Raquel. It was a great shot too towards the end when Roxanne does kind of pop up out of nowhere because Rhea and Raquel are two giant women. Roxanne does literally just kind of pop up out of the back of the screen. Thought we would get a little bit more Roxanne interference of some sort, but she, like you said, kind of quickly got disposed of. But it was really good stuff. Really excited to see kind of where this goes for the Roxanne Raquel stuff. At first, I was kind of thinking, man, how can you have Raquel lose this? Raquel really kind of needed the win. But as I'm sitting here listening to you talk about it, I think the match did enough for Raquel to kind of be elevated. And more importantly, it tells me, hey, Rhea's not going to be involved in any tag stuff. We're kind of like, hey, where does Rhea kind of go? Well, Rhea just disposed of the tag champs by herself. So why would she need a partner? So maybe we are kind of elevating Rhea Ripley back into like the main event scene of some sort, some way, right? Maybe a number one contender match at Evolution, something like that. So we'll see what happens there. But phenomenal stuff here. The showing was awesome. Cool spot at the end. You don't really see that a ton. Great all around. Great 2 matches.
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked for Raquel to win this match because I just think that when you have Roxanne and Raquel trying to cost Rhea Ripley and the way the match was going, like Raquel was doing damage like crazy, that it would have just made sense for Rhea to lose and Rhea would have lost no steam at all. But the work that everybody did, I still don't really care about who won. Like, I walk away from this thinking Rhea looks awesome, Raquel looks awesome. Does Roxanne kind of look dumb? Yeah, but like her purpose was just prove that she does in fact have Raquel's back, which this got proven again. So I just basically, we leave this going, Raquel has so much more stock in her. She feels almost like the raw version of a Nia Jax kind of powerful character where you can kind of just plug her into anything, which to me is the important part. Like Raquel had no stock until now in my mind. Now we lead from the future from this thinking that like Raquel can do a lot more than just be Liv's teammate, right? So I feel like that's just an overall win.
Yeah, and maybe eventually, I mean, like we keep saying, they had to pivot with their ideas, right? We talk about Rhea and potentially Becky as well, kind of needing to kind of fill in a little bit in that main event scene for the women, right? I mean, those are 2 big stars. Something kind of has to happen, and maybe, we all penciled in Nikki Bella and Rhea maybe as a tag team. Well, I would say personally, and I'm probably completely wrong, but to me it shows, hey, that's not really what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think Rhea goes after the tag belts now because, like you said, she could just take them for herself.
Yeah, I would really be interested to see her in a number one contender match at Evolution versus somebody. I mean, you could do her versus Asuka.
Steph.
I mean, Asuka, as we'll get to in the match later on, you could do her versus Asuka.
You could. Karrion Kross, Sami Zayn. Karrion Kross finally gets a chance on a PLE to do some good work. Obviously, Sami Zayn is very, very beloved in Saudi, where this took place. And this match was something. It was something. Karrion Kross was kind of talking early on And not really any big time character work in this match per se. Like he was kind of trash talking throughout, but nothing of real substance here. They would go through all their normal Sami Zayn match tropes, basically. There's a point where Karrion Kross got a bunch of offense in, but Sami came back fighting. He had a good spot where like he went up on the barricade on the outside and did like a jump off that onto Karrion Kross. The stuff was really good there. But eventually, like Karrion Kross would put in his sleeper hold. It's like the cross jacket is what they call it. And the ref would do the arm drop. I'm going to bring it up. The ref would do the arm drop. So they're asleep and he picks one arm up and drops it, which if you rewind to a couple weeks ago on Raw when Jey Uso lost the championship to Gunther, when Gunther had him in the sleeper hold, Jay's arm went up once and was dropped once, and they said, ding, ding, you lose your title.
Been that way for like 10 years.
Been that way for like 10 years at this point.
It's been that way for a really long time.
Randomly, they decided to bring back the old way of doing things, and Sami, his arm dropped once, and we were like, oh, Karrion Kross won the match. Nope, we're doing the 3 arm drops now. So then the arm gets dropped a second time, and it's down, and then the arm gets dropped a third time, and he does the Hulk Hogan, yeah, moment. And whatever, it is what it is, but the way they've been doing stuff for like 10 years now, that felt like a what the hell is happening moment, and that kind of took us out of it. At this point, Kross starts to talk to Sami in the corner, and he's saying like, say you're a liar, say you're a liar, say that I told the truth. Karrion Kross told the truth, and while he's doing this, he's going back and forth between the turnbuckles and kind of just like tackling Sami into the other turnbuckle. Well, after he keeps talking, he runs to a turnbuckle, and Sami's right behind him with the haluva kick. Kicks Kross right in the face. 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn gets the win over Karrion Kross, and to my opinion, was a kind of useless match for Karrion Kross. I don't think we did anything story-wise to further the Karrion Kross Sami Zayn storyline. Sami didn't have even a moment of flinching or acting bad or like Kross was getting to him in any way, shape, or form. So we leave this kind of like, okay, we got our Kross match, and that feels like WWE just said, have it, and now we're done with it. I'm dropping it.
Yeah, I'm going to drop this one as well. You picked Sami to win this match. I picked Kross, and we kind of both said, well, if Sami taps into that darker side, maybe that's how you get the win here.
Yep.
Yeah, none of that happened. It was just the same old Sami Zayn stuff. It definitely felt like a match of, hey, we have to get Sami on the card. Hey, people are really wanting Karrion Kross to have a match of some sort. Here you go. We're going to satisfy you with the match. Like you said, there's nothing really coming out of this. Sami Zayn, I feel no different with him than I did going into the match. If not, actually, I probably feel a little bit worse because he didn't have to tap into the dark side at all. Now, maybe eventually down the line that ends up happening. But to me, it's like, okay, we're getting the same Sami Zayn that we've been getting. And Karrion Kross, while I wanted him to get the win and knew that was a lot of hope, ridiculous hope, honestly, I think we all kind of have to come to terms with like, hey, even though I thought the match was good, I thought they both looked good.
Yep.
I think we kind of have to come to terms with like, hey, maybe that's it for Kross, and maybe that's just kind of what you got to accept.
Yeah, I completely agree. I don't walk away with this thinking better about any of them, and if anything, I think worse about Karrion Kross. I mean, it did feel like that WWE just like gave us something, and it's like, well, beggars can't be choosers is going to be the rebuttal to this. Like, you guys wanted a match and you got a match. It's like, yes, but you didn't just throw a match together with no storyline purposes. Like, there was a build-up here. And Sami, last time we saw him, did end up punching Kross, which is kind of a dark side thing. And when he walked away, Karrion Kross and Scarlett were laughing because it felt like, hey, we may be getting Sami to tap into that dark side. And then this match happens that we're all looking forward to, and literally nothing happens. I mean, it's just nothing. So, like you said, it feels like WWE just gave us something to say, stop complaining, and we move on. Saudi Sami had fun, and the crowd loved him, and that's fun too. But it's nothing. It's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We'll move on, though. Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa. United States Championship match. Solo didn't wait for the entrances to end, which I kind of want to throw that out there. The presentation of Night of Champions is great, man. That set's cool. Very cool. Mm-hmm. It felt like they really did a good job.
Like a WrestleMania type feel.
Yeah.
The stage is massive, and it's different than all the other. Yeah. It was a different stage. And I know they always have the big stage, but this one felt different. Yeah. I don't know if they just presented it better, the way the screens were like animated, it was just all around was a great presentation. It was
a great presentation, and give credit where credit's due. Saudi crowd was loud. They were loud as can be for SmackDown and Night of Champions today. And Solo attacked during his entrance, but Fatu would get the advantage right away and kind of like do a thing where he ran off the stairs and like tackled Solo, which is pretty cool. Fatu kind of would start to do his Fatu dances and he started to no-sell moves, and there was even a funny part where Solo was like doing the Jacob Fatu dance, and then Jacob Fatu popped up behind Solo and did the dance too, and then German suplexed him, so that was some good stuff. But we would get the Bloodline shenanigans, Bloodline 8.0 shenanigans here. JC Mateo runs out first, but turns out he's just there to distract the ref because he jumps on the apron. Ref's getting to distract him. Jacob Fatu is on the turnbuckle because he was going to moonsault, and that's when good old Tonga Loa's back. The GOAT. He's back. He does like a corkscrew drop to Jacob Fatu off the top turnbuckle.
Looked good.
Looks real good.
Real good.
And Solo tries to take advantage of this moment and tries to do his Solo spike, but Fatu ducks that, takes out JC and Tonga Loa on the outside. And then he starts to beat up on Solo, and it looks like he's going to get another moonsault. He hits it which is weird before I said it. The ref's checking on JC and Tongaloa on the outside for some reason, which is
I think JC was maybe somehow in like on the apron in the corner, maybe. That I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt because the ref is off the screen
for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. And you're like, where the hell's the ref at?
Yeah. So the ref's paying attention to JC doing something. And Fatu goes for the pin after the moonsault, but he gets pulled out by Hikuleo. But we don't have a name for him yet. He's just called the brother of Solo, and that's just what the announce team called him. But he looks at Fatu and starts beating him up. He says, you could have had it all, or whatever he says, and he ends up picking up Fatu and choke slamming him onto the announce table, and he sends him into the ring for Solo to get a good old spike. 1, 2, 3. Solo Sikoa is your new United States champion. He defeats Jacob Fatu with the help of JC, with the help of Tongaloa, and the help of a debuting Hikuleo, or whatever WWE wants to call him. Solo's your new champ. I'm here for it. We're popping it.
They're going to pop it as well. Surprised, kind of, honestly, that they pulled the trigger. You got the run-ins happening, and when Fatu did that amazing over-the-top, like, suicide, rotating, backflip, whatever. I don't even know what the hell it was, but he did that amazing move. I was like, oh no, Jacob Fatu's just going to just walk all over these guys. And then you have the brother of, I believe, Tongaloa, I think is what it is, come out and nice little choke slam through the table. He looks massive. I mean, he is just a massive guy. So there's that debut that we're wanting or that we thought was going to happen. So now you kind of have the, 3 versus 1 with Jacob Fatu here. Good stuff. Solo's a champ. I think Solo deserved some gold. I think in the end, maybe you might be right. We might end up getting Jacob walking away with it, or you might do a little bit of hot potato tug of war stuff, or maybe somebody else in that SmackDown mid-card gets kind of into that scene there. But good stuff here. I know some people are going to be upset, probably, about the Bloodline 3.0, I guess I'll call it the 3.0 versus Fatu and presumably Jimmy and yeah. But I've come to terms with like, this is what we get. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've just like accepted like, yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, the Bloodline rules shenanigans is just never going to stop, but it's okay. Solo Sikoa, I love the man. I think he just does phenomenal work, fantastic work, and him being U.S. champion, I'm 100% down with it. We obviously now are looking at a 3v1 situation, 4v1 situation with Fatu versus Solo, Tonga, JC, and now Hikuleo.
Yeah, I can't count.
So what comes next for Jacob Fatu? Maybe a Tama Tonga joins them, and then maybe a Big Jim, and then you have to have one more person. So who's that going to be? I don't know. It just feels like the Bloodline storyline kind of never ends. We're in a perpetual state of civil war in the Bloodline, but Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, I love the rivalry. I'm still here for it. I thought this was fun.
Yeah, and it was also one of those things that, like, I guess looking at it beforehand, we should have realized, like, I mean, we all, I think, knew Solo's not going to do this without help. Yeah. You got to make, I mean, Jacob Fatu, right? I mean, as much as we love Solo, they're on different levels, right? Yeah. So he was going to get the help. It was nice to see something kind of surprising here. Yeah. Like I said, I was genuinely kind of like, oh, wow, they actually did that.
Yeah, I thought that we were going to have like a return or a debut or something, but I still thought, I would have said there was like 10% chance that Fatu loses the title. That might have happened at SummerSlam in my opinion, but I did not see him losing the title today, but he did. And you know what? That's a surprising good stuff. Then we go on. Queen of the Ring, Asuka, Jade. It's time. Who's going to go to SummerSlam to fight either Io or Tiffany Stratton? Jade showed up in the greatest ring gear ever. She looked like freaking Storm, and it was like a 1-to-1 cosplay. It was incredible. Please go look at that if you can. It was amazing. But this match was pretty good. I mean, Asuka would go for the legs. Obviously, when they stood next to each other in the ring, it's like Asuka's looking up at a mountain here. So what do you do in wrestling when you're looking at a mountain? You cut the legs out, you cut the tree down, right? Jade would go through her just like, I'm big and strong list of moves. She'd hit a spine buster. She hit a choke slam. She hit a hit down power bomb. She did all this good stuff. And Asuka would do the opposite and kind of use submission maneuvers to try to get her. She got an arm bar on Jade. She got the Asuka lock, all this great stuff. Eventually, when she's doing those submission maneuvers, she hits them back to back. So she does the arm bar into the Asuka lock. And then she is able to get Jade to a knee where she wants to go for that like Empress of Tomorrow move that she now does, her finisher.
Empress Impact, yeah.
Empress Impact. And when she does that, Jade catches her and gets her into the Jaded, hits it 1, 2, and 3. Jade Cargill is your queen of the ring. She defeats Asuka to presumably go on to face the SmackDown champion, whoever that will be, come SummerSlam. I loved it. I thought it was the right decision. Popping it.
Yeah. I think we've talked about this a little bit before. I'm going to pop this as well. This was my Queen of the Ring winner pick.
Nailed it.
I have to,
Here's your crown.
I have to pop it. Yeah.
There you go.
I'll take my crown. I'm going to pop it. I know some people probably are going to trash on the match and say that, Jade was good in the match. I enjoyed Jade's stuff. Once you can realize that, like, Jade's moveset is just, I'm just strong and big and I don't care what you do to me. I'm going to destroy you. Like, you're going to enjoy the matches a lot more, I feel like. But yeah, the powerhouse versus a technician, basically. Good match. It was nice to see Asuka back again. We kind of keep talking about that. As we said, you kind of really just get the title of Queen of the Ring here. Both of these women, I think, are going to have title matches or should have title matches or be in contention, right? Asuka shouldn't just go down and not have anything against Io. I think you really need to run that back as well. And all the drama around Jade involving Naomi and Tiffany and whoever else, that's kind of why I picked Jade. That's the story, right? That's the exciting part. So overall, good match. Nothing to really like write home about. Will I watch it again? Probably not, but it was good.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that Asuka should still get a title match down the line against Io. You can make that SummerSlam still. So they did kind of just fight for the right to the Queen of the Ring name. But it's the right decision. I'm with you. I think Jade has improved very much in the ring. Sure, she smoothed the edges out a little bit. Yes, but so can everybody, right? So I'm excited for whatever they're going to do. Hopefully we get more than just Jade versus Tiffany at SummerSlam. Hopefully there's shenanigans that happens between now and then with Naomi so we can insert her into there as well so we can really get the feud that we all want to see, which is Naomi and Jade for that title. But in order to get there, she had to win Queen of the Ring. She did it. I'm excited. I'm happy for it. Good stuff.
Yeah, and especially coming back from an injury. Like, it's nice to see her.
Yeah.
You know, she's written off TV for forever, and then she comes back. She's Queen of the Ring. Boom.
And Asuka looks great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a win-win. Either way.
Win-win. Then, why we all came here. John Cena, CM Punk. Maybe one last time. We'll see. But it was for the WWE title. And this was just a lot. I mean, overbooked madness, fun. I'm going to try to do my best. I was trying to enjoy it and write it down at the same time, which is hard to do.
So, before we get super into it, right? The overbookedness of like Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed and Paul Heyman, right? You have that on Raw. You got John Cena's title run with the overbooked shenanigans on SmackDown. You knew this was going to be mega ultra shenanigans.
Yeah.
And that's what it was.
It was great. To be fair, I'm gonna kind of skim through the just Cena CM Punk stuff really quickly because obviously the bigger stuff is later on. But like, just in terms of a John Cena CM Punk match, I felt like this was really good. They did a really good job of like they knew each other's moves, but they did a bunch of stuff that I didn't think that like Cena could still do. Like Punk did the top rope crossbody that Cena rolled through into an AA. That was really cool. Like I think this was one of John Cena's stronger just in-ring match performances since he's come back. So I do want to shout that out before we get into the big stuff.
And not only John Cena, I think CM Punk as well. Yeah. Like you said, I think it's a great match. They've had good matches before. It was just a tick slower than, what it used to be, which is, I mean, obviously they're a lot older now, but it was a good match, the best match that John's had since he came back. And Punk, honestly, I'm sure there's probably some questions on, can CM Punk go one-on-one still in the ring, right? And he showed he can too.
Yeah, it was absolutely great. But eventually John Cena would roll out to the outside of the ring and be like, I'm done with this shit. And he'd go get the belt. And when he got the belt, it was our time. You know, we've seen it over and over again. Every PLE, John Cena in that corner with the belt. Things start to turn here, though, because he looks at CM Punk, who's in the middle of the ring, and Cena, or Punk's kind of on a knee and is looking at Cena like, bro, really? Like that's really what you want to do right now with this match. And the ref's pleading with him, and Cena looks around, and he looks at Punk, and he decides, no, I don't want to do it that way. And he throws the belt away. Like, not like Truth, where he threw the belt to the ref, and then it ended up kicking him in the nuts.
Or the ref taking it away.
He flat out decided to not use the belt here, and he threw it away. And so he does that, and then he goes, they fight more, and Punk ends up GTSing him, and they both are out. And when they're both out, Cena decides to roll to the outside of the ring, and that's when Seth Rollins' music hits. And at this time, we have a ref bump because Cena went for the 5 moves of doom and shoulder tackled the ref. So we don't have a ref. We have Cena on the outside of the ring.
Yeah,
we have
Punk
in the ring.
Pin Cena to like 10.
15, I don't even know.
But no ref.
No ref. So here comes Seth Rollins, not by himself, though. He's got the whole group. Paul Heyman's there.
Kane.
But yeah, he's got
kind of look like Kane.
He's got a suit that has like flames on it, like old school Kane's outfit. It's pretty good. So he comes out with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed and everybody, and they're coming out there and they just attack. And Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, they end up putting CM Punk through a table. It kind of looks sloppy, but they didn't get him up, so they're just like, screw it, throw him hard to break the table, and they just sent him through the table.
That's one of those things where like it was just those two guys man strength.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, hey, this didn't go well, but we got to do this, so we're going to do it.
The cool part, though, is we pan back to the middle of the ring, and Seth Rollins is like aura farming in the center of the ring, and he points to the stage and just does this, and Baby Nate appears full sprint. I mean, it doesn't matter how old that man gets.
Like his mania sprint, you know?
He's like Tom Cruise, bro. It doesn't matter how old he gets. He's always got a good sprint to the ring. So he sprinted to the ring. So Baby Nate is being summoned for, CM Punk probably going to cash in this Money in the Bank briefcase. And by the time Baby Nate gets to the ring, Cena just obliterates this man. I mean, obliterates him. The ref goes flying. Cena gets into the ring, gets face to face with Seth Rollins, and Cena's like, what the hell are you doing? This is heel Cena, by the way, stopping this heel action by CM Punk, which is kind of
Seth Rollins.
It's Seth Rollins. There's so many people in this match. Jesus. Anyway, so it's Seth and Cena. Seth tries to hit him with the Money in the Bank. John Cena ends up AAing him, and that's when Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed start attacking John Cena as well. And when that happens, Penta's here because Penta's been doing stuff, and Braun Breaker meets him at the ramp. And when they're fighting,
he met him and then he disposed of him.
Yeah, disposed of him quickly.
He just was like, "Yep, I'm throwing you over my head."
Yeah, destroys him. And when that's happening, Sami Zayn's here. Why wouldn't you? And so Braun Breaker and Sami, they kind of fight like near the entrance ramp because the ramp is one of those where it's above ground. And you see Penta out of nowhere on top of the stage ramp. He jumps off and he takes out Braun Breaker and Penta on the outside.
Oh, Sami Zayn.
Whatever. What am I saying?
Penta can't take himself out with a crossbody. Well, I guess
I'm all
he could,
over
but he
the
would
place.
miss. Yeah.
I'm all over the place.
Penta hits Braun Breaker.
Penta
hits Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn.
Yeah, so he takes out everybody. So meanwhile, that means Bronson Reed's in the ring with John Cena. So he's just
going for a tsunami.
Going for a tsunami when CM Punk pushes him off the top, saving John Cena. And when he saves John Cena gets up and CM Punk get up. And so it's CM Punk, John Cena in the ring. And John Cena at this point, like, he's done a lot of face stuff here. He's thrown away the belt. He's gone face to face with Seth Rollins. Like, he's,
stopped the cash in. Yeah.
Stopped the cash in. I mean, he's done some stuff here that are like indicating a face turn. And Cena and Punk get in the ring together, and Punk offers the hand. And Cena walks over there, and he doesn't just shake his hand. He gives him a big hug. But when he hugs him, it's a callback to Elimination Chamber. He does his freaking heel turn face directly to the camera once again.
I would say it's better because I understand how shocking it was with the first time we got it. I thought this was better because the camera zooms in.
Yeah.
The camera's like, boom, and it goes in on John's face, and I'm like, oh, that's so good.
And he tries to attack CM Punk after that, but Punk kind of sees it coming and gets him up for the GTS. But by that time, Seth Rollins is up and ends up stopping the GTS and stomping CM Punk. And John Cena pops up, disposes of Seth Rollins real quick, goes for the pin. A ref is all of a sudden there. He's got stamina ready.
Yeah, Paul Heyman shook him.
Yeah. Oh, he did?
Paul Heyman was like, get up.
Oh, he was ready for the Seth Rollins part. Okay. And that's when the ref hopped in the ring.
Well, the original ref that went out 15 minutes ago, Paul Heyman woke him up.
There's a shit happening here.
Paul Heyman said, hey, you got to get up and get in there. And the ref got in there. So
he gets in there. He counts the pin. 1, 2, 3. John Cena defeats CM Punk at Night of Champions with the distraction of the entire Raw roster, basically Sami, Seth Rollins, and Penta and everybody. With overbooked madness, but John Cena stands tall. This was a great main event, man. I loved it. I'm popping it.
Yeah, this was the best match for John Cena so far. And if this has anything to say for what we get this last half of the run, like I'm bought in. I was already bought in, but like, yeah, give all of this to me here. You had great elements. You had Cena wrestling a good match, which was exciting to see. People might be like, well, we don't get to see the old John Cena. Well, here you go. You got a little bit of the old John Cena here. You got a little bit of the teasing with the face turn multiple times. He wasn't really willing to kind of take that shot originally, but then he also rips your heart out again and it says, no, I'm still that guy. I'm still the bad guy. You know, after he tries to cross Punk again, right? So overall, just like overbooked shenanigans that we knew we were going to get. And somehow the overbooked shenanigans still exceeded the expectations, but it was also combined with a good wrestling match. And there's a really good story because Punk now has Rollins to get mad at. You got Cody waiting on the other side for John Cena. I mean, overall, I don't know what people really expected out of this main event, but this exceeded my expectations. I thought this was a great match.
Yeah, I mean, it was overbooked, and people are going to, you know, the John Cena's farewell tour has kind of been overbooked nonsense. But that's what's made it so freaking fun, all right? Like, this is going to be our remembering of the farewell tour is going to be, you can establish every PLE's difference in terms of, like, what shenanigans happened at that one. Like, it was awesome. And you have now you have CM Punk and Seth Rollins. They're back to being pissed at each other. You had John Cena show lights of, you know, cracks in the door of maybe a face turn down the line with throwing the belt and everything. So that was great. You have Braun Breaker with the Penta and Sami stuff. That's still going on. So you left the match with like clear routes for basically everybody involved with it. John Cena stands tall at the end of it. And now we have John Cena and Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam, and then you can do all that other stuff. So it's just like, it was overbooked madness, but at the end of the day, you can kind of make out a picture of where we go from here. And that's really all you can ask for at the end of the day.
Yeah. No clear path for Bronson Reed.
Yeah, that's true.
Once again, he's kind of the overlooked member of the...
Well, it's Penta and Sami Zayn.
Well, yeah, but they were both taking down Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Bronson Reed just fell off the top rope. I mean, he got pushed, but like he just fell off the top rope. He was done for.
He didn't pop up, did he?
Nope.
Yeah.
No, he got pushed. He did the flip and he landed. He was done. LA Knight's also maybe lurking in the shadows, maybe potentially. I mean, he was at one point. Who knows?
I do want to speak on it. Uh-huh. One big takeaway of Night of Champions was the Cody Rhodes was being a heel kind of in his match. I mean, he wasn't being a heel, but he was willing to do kind of bad stuff to Randy Orton to get the win. And you flip it to the other end, John Cena actually stopped himself from using the belt. He stopped the cash-in from happening. He was kind of showing signs of a face turn. Is this leading to something big between Cody Rhodes and John Cena come SummerSlam?
Yeah, I think it kind of has to. I think the whole story after Mania, right, was like, you had the opportunity to put me down and you didn't put me down. Cody's kind of regretted that since then. John has done just a phenomenal job of taking every opportunity he can, but he's a little bit nervous now. He's a little bit hesitant. Cody has flipped 100% about, I don't care what this takes. I'm getting my title back. So I think we see that at SummerSlam, Cody Rhodes, John Cena. I think Cody does what he has to do. Maybe some things that we don't know if Cody Rhodes is maybe capable of. Maybe that's the position we get in. Maybe you get Cody being a little bit more edgier. Maybe you get Cena a little bit more towards the face side.
Yeah, and I'm down for this. I'm down for absolutely all of this. I mean, just from seeing Cody Rhodes walk that tweener line one time. I mean, I guess we got it during the Kevin Owens match a while back too, but seeing it with his best friend, one of his best friends, Randy, I was like, dude, I could get very invested in this type of Cody Rhodes. And then even the very small face-ish activities from John Cena, the inner nostalgia part of me was like, oh, that's the John Cena that I remember. I kind of missed you too, dude. So SummerSlam's got a very big opportunity down the road of maybe the idea of them flip-flopping roles here in the WWE. And I think that would just be a very, very fun thing to do. And I think Night of Champions set up a good story to walk that path. So we shall see.
Yeah, we've had hints at that obviously since Backlash with John, right? About regretting it all. And so you get it again tonight. He does double down finally, and he does try to go to, kick CM Punk in the nuts and the punks, I guess, and you end up having it to where it doesn't happen, so it backfires. But all those elements about John turning face at this point, like we had talked a little bit about, I guess, like I think you get hints at it. I don't think it ever happens. Well, now I'm like, well, yeah, I kind of want that.
Yeah.
I kind of want that face Cena towards the end. So
Yeah.
they've done a really good job of just adding different layers and mixing in a bunch of different emotions with it.
If there's one thing John Cena's farewell tour, it isn't boring. That's for damn sure. And it's been
Depends
great.
who you ask.
Yeah, well.
Some people might say it's
Well, yeah. Anyway, we only had 2 drops for this show, 10 pops, so I feel like it was a pretty solid show. Really disappointed in the Karrion Kross stuff, but that is what it is. Overall, decent show here. Thank you guys for stopping by the live stream. That was a ton of fun watching with every single one of you. We do Raw, SmackDown, and PLE, so make sure to support us on Monday and everything going forward. And then for everything else, it's at COD WrestlePod, COD WrestlePod. We have a link tree in our bio. It's got links to literally everything. We even have a reacts channel on TikTok now, so you can see all of our great reactions to Night of Champions, so check that out too. But I'm Will. That's Brandon. We are the Cousins of Destruction Wrestling Podcast, and we will see you next time.